Do you mean I can't have cheese?
I can put cheese on it. I'm just saying it doesn't come with, but that's fine. I can...
Mate, I just want burger with cheese and bacon, that's all.
So you want bacon as well?
But I can't fucking have bacon there.
No, you can. I just need to... It doesn't come with cheese and bacon, so I just need to add it.
Well, add it then? Stop back-chatting me.
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not.
It's you. Grown man flipping burgers. Is this what you want to do with your life? Fucking Terence. Is it Terence? Is it?
Janus wasn't in Utopia, it was in me. My own dad did that to me.
Nice jacket. How come a nutface like you is suddenly growing a...
Well, for fuck's sake, we're doing something, just piss off!
When Ian discovers that we've killed Roy, well...
Killed? No, wait, just hang on a minute.
Michael, I'm gonna help you get your family back.
I'm going to call either Paul or one of the other two. And in about 90 days, that person will release the most deadly flu this world has ever seen.
I chose. You mean a race? You chose a race? And which race did you choose?
Dovada. Dovada.
What does that mean?
Dovada means proof. It means proof.
You're coming with us. Run!
Ian! Ian! Ian, please! Ian, what are you doing?
I'm getting Grant back.
Right. Are you trying to find a weapon? Is that it? Right, well, that's a curtain pole, Ian. You've got a curtain pole.
Oh, so you just want to leave him?
Pietra is a killing machine. If he wanted to kill Grant, Grant would be dead. We all would. We won't find him. So let's just calm down and work out what to do next.
Oh, that's not very good.
We're not getting fucking married.
No, she was smiling.
Don't smile.
You just have to ask Jessica.
Who does he send that to?
Leah Gorsand, Rashane Foundation.
You really Mr. Rabbit then?
Surprising, isn't it? I see the Americans are entering the Yellow Sea. That's a worrying escalation.
So that story about you in China, escaping and killing all those people, is that true then?
Are you asking me, am I a killer, Michael? Yes, I am. I didn't want to be, it's just the way it turned out. Like Churchill, or Lincoln.
Or Hitler.
Always surprises me how quickly these things escalate. 1 minute it's a disagreement about wheat and land rights, and the next it's a nuclear standoff. Jen and Alice are dead, by the way. You're killing them. Right now, this minute. Or you could untie me.
Don't send that from here, okay? Tell them to back off or she dies. And if I even smell them near my dad or Ian, she's dead. I don't want any attention drawn to them. None.
Too late. Whoops.
Police say the victim was tied to a chair and killed with a single gunshot to the head.
Becky?
Do you think he had a family?
We need to get rid of him. Our DNA's all over this place.
Well, then, dispose. So we get rid of bodies now, or like killers?
I'll do it. You find out how to get rid of the DNA.
Yeah. Oh my God. Ian. I'm so sorry.
What did I do about Jen and Alice? I mean, I have to get them out now. You said you'd help me.
I can't stay. I planted a phone on Ian. The battery will run out. My dad's with him. I have to, Michael. Look, find out where they have them. Take a mobile, the
They
GPS.
searched me. They fucking searched me. How did I get a phone in there?
Shove it up your arse. No, I'm serious. You have to shove it up your arse. It's the only way. Don't use a big one.
So, they're saying I killed him.
Ian, I'm so sorry.
No. It's all right. I mean, it's fine. It's just. So he's dead. Right. Yeah. So what are we doing? We and Marius. I need to get rid of. No. What does my mum think?
She thinks you did it.
Should I tell her I didn't then?
You can't go near her. That's what they want you to do.
So I was doing something. Bleach. I was bleaching.
So what's the plan then?
I don't have a plan. I know this area. It's remote. There's an old base. I trained there as a boy. Sometimes they would take me out here on the hills. Holidays, I suppose.
So what? We're just gonna wander around like fucking twats?
If we meet anyone, behave yourself. I'm your dad. He's your grandfather.
You're my dad. All right, Dad. Are you gonna kill Ian then?
You shouldn't talk about killing.
Why not? I'm not like other people now. I'm different. Like you.
You're not like me.
Yes, I am. Why am I not?
Come on. We're leaving.
Why am I not like you? Oi, dickhead! Why am I not like you?
There are no clues as to where it is. Curtains closed, so you can't see out. There is a child's drawing
It's called ice.
Ice. Have you shown this to anyone else?
I didn't think panic was good.
Why me? Why show me?
She believes in you, dear. Janus is at a critical stage. Commands need to be given by Mr. Rabbit.
But no one knows she is Mr. Rabbit. I mean, she must lead at arm's length. Like what, dead drops, codes.
Yes, there's a complicated and highly secretive command structure.
And do you know it?
I know some of it.
Tell no one.
And Mr. Rabbit?
For the moment, we are Mr. Rabbit.
Becky, I ask a question, yes? Is there something here? Is Mark? Tell you what, it's okay. I can keep my chips in there. Eat my fucking chip!
You're right.
I don't know where Donaldson is. The Thoraxin's experimental. He said it's like a secret lab in China. I tried to find it once, but no good.
Without it,
Look, there's gonna come a time. I mean, if I want a choice, then I'm gonna need to do it when I'm well enough. Will you help me? Please?
come on, let's go and find out what side Dugdale's on.
It's fucking nice, all this. Mountains and shit. Yeah, I like this. What is it?
I remember a stone hut somewhere near. I thought it had grass on the roof, but they said moss. It was nice. The kind of place a father takes a son.
Is that where we're going? You and me?
Acesta este ritmostina. Un pentru cine insectele la distanță. Se pot sim, Manon. Eh? Da. Da.
Come on, you dumb bastard. Let's go find his stupid fucking hut.
There's no ice. Sun, fields, a horse. There's no ice in this.
Something has come up.
What? What's come up?
Newsprint. How very traditional.
I mean, they know, so we have to pay. And this isn't a large amount.
20 million in cash is large.
Yes, but we can do it. I mean, Janus, we've all worked so hard.
They don't say what denomination. Dollars, sterling, euros.
Sterling is sterling. I mean, we're in England. Of course he wants sterling.
Really? Our highest denomination is the £50 note, 1 million of which would weigh 24.2 kilograms. 20 million would weigh nearly half a ton. Now compare that to the €500 note, which would just be 45 kilos. He could fit it into a suitcase. If he's a he.
Look, where is she? I'm a minister. Why aren't I talking to her?
We'll pay. You're right. Janus is more important than everything. Did you want something else?
No.
I didn't think he was this stupid.
Oh, he's not stupid. He's just... He's just desperate. Nice.
I'm not with them. They have Jen and Alice. I've had no choice. Look around. They're not here.
Ian.
They've got Jen and Alice.
Ian, should I take that? Look, I think you might be telling the truth. Shall I take that knife then? Okay. I think we all need to talk.
So all this is sort of racist? Well, does anybody else know?
No, just us. We think if we take them that... I mean, they have a virus. Russian flu.
No, they fake that.
No, they're not faking it this time. It's real. That's how they get everyone to take the vaccine.
And this is proof?
We think it shows what Carvel did to it, like the racist bit. We reckon if we take them that, then they might, like, stop.
Or they might kill us.
So, Milner's Mr. Rabbit. she's responsible for all this.
She played us. Jessica has her now. She's going to find you, in fact. They think you have Carvel. She hid a phone in your jacket.
Shit, Grant's wearing my jacket.
Hang on, when did she hide a phone in your jacket?
I came here, I saw her.
Right. You never said?
Oh, yeah, I didn't get time.
I beg your fucking pardon?
Sorry, is this really the time?
No, shut up, you! Why didn't you say?
This isn't me, I swear to Christ.
Go, go, go! Come on!
Oh, my God!
All right.
Yeah.
He gave that to you.
So what? It's fucking stupid.
You shouldn't swear so much. It's not good on a child.
I'm not a child, you cock. Oh, shit. We gotta kill him now.
Just behave and don't swear.
Hello there. Go fuck yourself, fuck chops. Fucking tell me what to do. Go on, do it. You lost your bottle, they saw us. You're wandering around to find some fucking nut to show your daddy. He can't even remember you.
You should be quiet now.
Why? What are you gonna do, shoot me? I'm already dead, me. Anyway, you can't kill your partner.
You are not my partner.
Yes, I am. I'm like you now.
You are not like me.
Stop saying that I am. Give me the gun. Give me the gun and I'll go back and show you.
Pietro. Pietro.
There'll be no reception soon. How will you find them?
I'll figure it out.
I imagine you will. The way you escaped was... It was incredible, Jessica. There's still time to come with us.
You don't seem to get the dynamic here. You were tied. I have a knife and a gun, and I'm going to kill you.
So why am I still alive? Are you scared he won't talk to you? Has it been on your mind, the adjustment? Do you keep wondering what it was he put inside you? Don't lose control of yourself, Jessica. When you see your father, your feelings.
What if I lose control now?
You think I'm scared of being hurt? Why do you think we did this? Philip was a genius, but we sacrificed everything for this.
Including me.
Oh, your generation is so self-absorbed. There'll be no statue to Philip Carvel. No one will know his name. But we'll all survive because of him.
You won't. You won't survive.
And I'm supposed to believe this. Where's Milner?
Wilson, you need to take them seriously. What they're saying...
Where is Milner?
What? You're gonna torture us, Wilson?
Yeah. I might. I might do, Becky.
Russian flu is real. It's some psychopathic, weaponized virus from the 60s, and they're gonna release it. Did you know that? What? You did, you knew.
We have a vaccine.
But some will die, won't they? How many, Wilson? How many people will die?
I'll tell you what, let's just get solar panels. Recycle our paper. Let's just go to bottle banks.
You sound like Lex.
Lex was right. Your problem is that you want to think that the world is nice, that we can all just get along, cooperate. When the fuck have we ever done that?
Wilson, Janus is not gonna do what you think. It's a form of eugenics, the numbers.
I'm here for Milner. I know she was with Jessica, I know she was here, and I know you know how to find her. So, I'll ask you again. Where
is Mr. Rabbit? Where is Mr. Rabbit?
Leave us a moment.
Why not let me have a go, Wilson? I can be very effective. You know that more than anyone.
I said leave us.
Aye, aye, Skipper.
Jesus Christ, why'd you say that? If he heard you...
My brother was murdered yesterday. I'm not grieving. I'm not trying to get in touch with my mum to see how she is. I'm not sitting and thinking of all the good times. I'm here, trying to get in touch with the people who murdered him. I'm here because of the numbers on that drawing, so you need to fucking listen, Wilson.
Okay. I've sent it to Leah, we'll wait. But if that comes back as nothing, you are going to tell me how to find Milner. One way or another.
Cockface.
Do you know who I am? You ask him.
Do you know who he is?
No, say I.
Do you know who I am?
Yes. You're my son, Pietro.
No, let him touch you. Why did you leave me?
This is fucking creepy, mate.
You weren't human. You were horrific.
Where's Dad?
It's good to see you again. I was worried about you. I missed you. I'm sorry about your brother, Ian. You shouldn't blame yourself.
I don't blame myself. Blame you and your friends.
At least you lost someone now. Like me and Becky have.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I have to get Jen and Alice out now. Milner said she'd kill them if I didn't help her. If she comes back, I need help. Please.
So, that prove what we say?
Yes, you're right. It is exactly as you say. The numbers show the adjustment.
Great. So you can stop it, right? What? What is it?
They also show something else. Something worse. Much, much worse.
How much fucking worse?
We have to find Milner. We have to stop her now.
Jessica. If he moves, shoot him.
We're family. There's no need for that.
Aim for his chest. You did to me.
Jessica.
You know me.
The eyes. I know the eyes.
Don't touch me. Don't you fucking touch me.
I love you. I love you.
It was always like that. He only ever had eyes for her. She ruined everything for you and me.
Do you want me to drive?
We're doing things our way now.
Should have let us bring people with us. They're dangerous.
We've got to get you out of here now. This will give me your position. You'll have to take a panel off one of the windows. I'm not sure which one. I'll text you. It's on silent, but make sure nobody hears it, boss. Alice, can you make yourself sick?
I feel like vomiting all the time.
Good girl.
Right. They're in that building, 4th floor. There's a window up there. I think there's a bathroom. You get out that way and you avoid all security. I'll be waiting. And if no one kills us, then I think we should be fine.
Thanks for doing this, Becky.
Alice?
You first, Alice.
I have a heights thing. I can't do that. I just can't.
You have a heights thing? You never mentioned it before.
We've not been high up before.
We went on the London Eye.
That was okay. It was an enclosed space.
That's a fucking heights thing, Michael.
You okay in there?
Yes?
Right. Okay. Plan B.
I think she's sick. She's really sick. Can you call for a doctor?
Okay. I'll call.
Give me... Here, let's walk. Come on. Here. Right. You give me the code, or I'll kill you.
I don't think you will. See, people like you don't do this kind of stuff. It's not in you. See, I don't think...
Give me the fucking code.
Hi, Becky. Hey, Alice, lovely to see you. Scared of heights, innit? So turn up for the fucking box, innit? You okay? Are you all right?
Yeah, go.
He's not well. I think things are coming back to him, but it's slow.
What's the adjustment?
Okay, time. Carol.
You're scaring him, Jessica.
He speaks to Grant. He thinks he's me. You can trust me. You know that.
You put Janus in me. You did that to your own daughter.
I did. I had to.
He says
I
that.
know what you said, Grant.
I only wanted to protect you.
Protect me. You sterilized me.
I saved you. I saved you, my darling. Everything was to save you.
What's going on? What is it?
I don't know.
This is too much for him.
Philip!
It's me.
You haven't changed. You haven't changed a bit, Milner.
I have. Lots. And so have you. Let me speak to him alone, Jessica. He doesn't know you. He'll talk to me.
No fucking way.
Oh, Christ, Jessica, I'm tied. You've got guns and knives. What can I do? We both need to find out what he did to it. We both need to know. It's lovely to see you, Grant. You've grown. How have you been? Did you miss Jessica? It's not easy caring for someone like her, I know that.
You turned me into a ghost. What if I did the same to you?
I don't think that's the sort of person you are. I believe you were told to give us some space.
So do you have a plan then?
Not really. I just thought I'd keep moving and hope that something occurred. I didn't know it would be you. How did you find us? There's no reception.
I met an old couple down below. Said a boy swore at them.
He's a massive pain in the arse.
He is. You've lost weight. It's nice. Don't like that beard, though.
You have everything in place? All ready to go?
Everything you planned, it's all happening. What did you do to Janus, Philip?
I located a racial grouping in Southeast Asia. Lower incidence of cancer, heart disease, violence, less. I felt they were perfect.
And you chose them?
I wanted to. I did. But at the very last moment, I changed my mind. I chose my own. Roma. Roma are the people that Janus will leave fertile. I chose Milner. I'm so sorry.
I said you were a god. And you were. Why shouldn't you choose?
You're not angry.
Do you remember that beautiful separation we felt? The biggest secret in the world, just us. That feeling's never left. Now I know I was always waiting.
For what?
For you. We're nearly there, Philip. We just have one last thing to do.
I have this for you. The person who did this was very good.
Run, Jessica! Please!
Now it's just you and me.
You'll be all right, okay?
Milner!
Wilson, thank Christ it's you. I want you to meet a great man. This is Philip Carville.
Well, he's Philip Carville. Have you given the command yet? The command to release Russian flu, have you given it?
Yes, I have. Why?
Christ, Jesus, fuck. You have to reverse it. Janus isn't random, he changed it.
Yes, I know.
You know?
I don't agree with the adjustment he made. I don't. But it's only going to cost a few thousand lives.
Is that what he told you? Tell her what you found out. Janus stops the vaccine from working.
No, that's
Listen
not
to me, the flu vaccine we have is practically useless.
He's right. I discovered that Janus hijacks the vaccine. It attaches itself to it. So it means that when you're vaccinated, the antibodies you create to fight flu are the wrong shape. They won't work unless you are Roma. The vaccine does what Janus does. Only Roma will be protected. My love for Jessica was like a physical thing. An organ that didn't exist until she was born. And then it controlled everything.
You did this for her? But we tested it. It worked.
On Jessica, she's Roma. Whoever you call to release it, you have to call him back.
Just a minute. Let me...
What's there to think about, Milner? Make the call.
Kendra Bellotti. Access XYL 52721. Commence.
What? What you said? Commence? You hadn't called him?
It's not what I wanted. Not at all. All those lives is unfortunate.
Unfortunate. The Russian flu vaccine doesn't work. That's millions of lives, hundreds of millions even.
And there are 7 billion on this planet. 100 million won't even make a dent. We're trying to save the species. If it costs a few million individuals, isn't that okay?
It's not fucking okay! Call back! Call him back now! Stop him! I told you to call him back.
You can't shoot me. I'm the only one who knows who he is.
No, it's fine. I understand. I understand completely.
Vertical. Get on your knees. Now! It's easy, this. You're next, mate.
Grant, don't! Please.
Why? Why not you as well?
Because I'm asking you. Please. Sorry.
What have I done?
Hey. Hey, you. I'm talking to you. You can't take a call, not when you're serving. Who the fuck are you taking a call? And who the fuck do you think you... Hey, I'm talking to you. Who the fuck are you? Hey, who the fuck are you?